Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Go. 54.
Wentz now on first down. He's got it to Williams. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Muscles him off. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. It's a second down run with Sanders. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. On first down, Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series.
Here we go.
11 yards there, first down.
Here we go. Sunday. I got one.
from the red zone now. Wins. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. James Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. A first down throw for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. On first and 10, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And they work this out past the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. In your
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, and his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he's got his target. That's Moore. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays.
Waiting! Come on, boy! You better be ready! Don't be scared! Listen!
Wentz now on 1st down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Waiting! Watch what he's doing. All day, every day.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And that's complete to Jeffrey. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's stone-faced wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, 3rd quarter.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Boy, a curious decision to go for it.
Mike, here we go. Waiting. I got it.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They're down. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.